Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to The Dragon Prince, Season 2, Episodes 8 and 9. That's right, we're finishing off Season 2 today. And right off the bat, I will say, we are not going straight into Season 3. I've said this before, but just as a recap, we're not going straight into Season 3. We are going to take a break before we get to that and do some other stuff that's on our continuously going list for donation rewards. And I'll excuse me. And I'll just say right off the bat, the next show we will be going into after this is Demon Slayer. So yeah, this is the last Dragon Prince for now. We'll be going into Demon Slayer next, and so on and so forth. But for now, we have these final 2 episodes. And last we left off, we had a big old dragon. And in the entire fight and ensuing rescue by our heroes, the one guy got injured. I cannot think of his name right now. It's been a while, so Claudia's brother, Soren, that's it. Soren got injured, and Claudia decided to go to him instead of trying to go after our heroes who escaped and everything, so yeah. Meanwhile, Shitstained McGee has decided to make his pact with the creepy man in the mirror. Yeah, not the voice we expected, but okay. So it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. I'm interested. Obviously, I am enjoying this series. But we're just going to have to see where it goes from here. So, in the meantime, let's just get on with it. We have 2 episodes to get through today. And hope for the best. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you finish, come back here to the redirect and resume play, because after fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so a good close to this season. Shitstains McGee has finally been captured. Unfortunately, probably not killed. Which leads me to believe that he'll be imprisoned, obviously, and that he will escape at some point with the help of Avros. Arvaros? Something like that. The creepy man in the mirror elf dude. I think it's Arvaros. Either way, they really, he blatantly murdered all of those people just in that fight. He should not have been given the chance. Like, if some criminal in the real world murders a bunch of cops, the other cops aren't going to just come in and take them prisoner. No, they're going to be shooting to kill. Because at that point, that person is too much of a danger. Too much of a threat to try and subdue. But it's the nice thing to do. It's ridiculous. In real life, here's the thing. In real life, I tend to be very pacifistic. I tend to, for example, I don't believe in the death penalty. I do not believe in the death penalty at all. I think it's completely barbaric and disgusting. However, in the case like I just mentioned, like, again, example, criminal shoots and kills a bunch of cops with intent to do so, and everything, then it's at that point that you need to take them out. Like, again, they're too much of a danger, too much of a threat. There's a point where you need to just you have to have limits, you know? Like if they've killed people before and they're captured by police at that point, like a time later, then that's a different story. But if they're like involved in like a shootout with police, they kill a bunch of cops and everything, the cops aren't going to and shouldn't just try to capture them. At that point, it's shoot to kill. And I'm sorry, but with everything that Viren just did, he should not have just gotten away with it that much. He should not have been simply imprisoned for that. So I fully believe that he's going to escape and is probably going to be a driving villain continuing on into next season somehow. That being said, positives. Callum has mastered his magic, or at least gained a valid grasp of it. Maybe not mastered it completely yet. He only really knows one spell, but still. He knows how to use legitimate magic, not dark magic, not the perverted false magic that humans normally can use. He can use real magic that humans normally can't. So that's really impressive. He's finally learned that he can at least use one spell, possibly more, but he doesn't know any at the moment. So it's like, yeah, we'll have to see that develop. Rayla nearly admitted her love to him. Let's be honest, we all saw it coming. It's basically, I mean, obviously because Giancarlo Volpe and others, like you can compare this to Avatar. So it's as obvious as Aang and Katara. It's one of those things that is just stupidly blatant right there from the beginning. It's like, yeah, they're gonna get together. Personally, I don't ship them. I don't ship. I just don't. I don't mind them being together. It's just I personally don't ship them. I don't really feel there's enough there. Maybe that'll change in season 3, but I currently do not ship them. I don't ship either of them with that. In fact, hell, just in general, I don't have any ships for this series. Which is really weird because I actually tend to be a pretty big shipper. I tend to ship characters pretty easily. But yeah, it's just I don't ship anyone in this series with anyone else. And I don't ship Callum with Rayla. Again, I can see why people would. And again, I have no issue with them having a relationship in the show. I just personally don't ship it. But also, Ezrin found out about his father and has decided to head back home to become the rightful king, to take his place on the throne and everything. And honestly, good. As I said in the reaction, I think that was the right move for him to do. Not only just because of the current state of the kingdom, especially with the fuckwaffle kind of trying to take charge, but I think they need their legitimate king. They need to have some form of stability with that. And we've already proven that a kid can be a king. That they don't necessarily need a regent. So, yeah. Do we know where Amaya's at currently? I think I might be forgetting something, like what last time we saw her. Um, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, it's like, because her translator was still imprisoned in the dungeon. I hope they rescue him. I hope they are able to get him out of there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see to see where things go now. Because at the end we see Callum and Rayla and Zim, of course, make it into Zadia. But right at the entrance, they see a dragon, and is that the same dragon from the flashback? The one that was there when they were trying to escape Zadia after getting the thing? The one that I guess is basically behind the death of Callum and Ezran's mother, and as well as the young queen's mothers. Is that the same dragon? Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. That's just kind of my first thought. But yeah, it's like this was a pretty good episode. Oh, and before I forget about them, Soren and Claudia. They've revealed their goals to each other. Soren was paralyzed at first, but Claudia manages to help him, presumably by taking the life force from a poor young deer. Not okay with that, but whatever. And she and Soren still are trying to get their father's good graces, despite it seems like they clearly recognize that their personal goals were shit. But I mean, I guess they still have that stupid loyalty just because he is their father. But at least they're proving to have good hearts and consciences, so they're definitely reforming and are going to be presumably working with Ezran going forward. And I mean, when they get back, they're going to find out that their father's in prison and find out why and shit, so yeah, that'll help. But yeah, so I believe that there's a 4th season planned. Season 3 is already out. I believe there's a 4th season planned. It's supposed to be the final one. I think that's how it was supposed to go. And then after that, there's going to be a spin-off. Like some spin-off that takes place same world, but something like different story, different time period or something like that. As I said in the pre-thoughts, though, I will not be getting to Dragon Prince Season 3 right away. Even though it is already out, I am going to hold off on it for a little bit because I want to get to more of the stuff we have on our waiting list for the donation rewards. And as I also mentioned, our first one we are going to be getting to is Demon Slayer. Now this is I know it's a popular series. I know little bits and pieces. Like I know there's some dude with a pig head mask. And I know about Nezuko, the young girl who has the scroll in her mouth and I guess is demon-like herself, from a little bit I've seen. I haven't seen any like full clips or episodes or anything. I don't know the plot of the series. I don't know what it's actually about or anything. So I'm going into it still mostly blind. I really don't have a lot of thoughts going into it, though. It's like, I don't really think I'll dislike it, but I don't think I'll like it necessarily. I really have no hard thoughts one way or the other. I don't know what I'm going to think of it. We'll just have to find out, basically. But yeah, so we'll just see. We'll see what happens. As always, we don't have a schedule, so I'll get to Demon Slayer when I get to it, basically. I don't know exactly when that'll be, but when it happens, it happens. In the meantime, tell me down in the comments below what you thought of these final 2 episodes of Season 2 of The Dragon Prince. And remember, no spoilers for Season 3. I want to go in as blind as possible. So in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you want to check out any of my social media links and more, please check them out over to the side. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave those down below. In the meantime, though, thank you so much once again for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.